Hello and good afternoon everyone. Welcome to our specialty class today, and today we're having another sneak peek of what's coming up next month. The only thing is I ordered this and didn't order the dies. Why would you order a stamp and not the bundle? I don't know, but anyhow, the dies are now on my next wish list. But I still like to share this with you today because it's a really pretty stamp, and it's a two-step one. And I just love two-step stamping. So we're going to have a go with this. Hi Tanya, how are you? So let's have a go at this Pretty Petal stamp set today. It's a photopolymer one, so it'll probably be not too hard to line up. Hope you've all got your coffee with you. And let's get started. Okay, if you do come on, say hello, leave your name. I'm just seeing if I've got that pretty well without too many shadows on there. Now, with the two-step stamp, you've got one stamp that you're going to come down with, which this one is the leaves, and then you're going to come down with the flowers, and you can, you know, add stuff to it. So we'll probably add some ribbon to it or some words to it. It does go really nice with the, also with the die cut, but like I said, I don't have the die cut here today. But there's lots you can do to this stamp without the die cut. So I'm using the old olive on this one. I'm sort of going to come into the center. I love that it's generation, like it's got light and dark on it. Can you see? I'll hold it up for you. So when I call it generation, it's like it's already been stamped off on one area and then come down with a solid area. And I like that effect. So I think it's really lovely that you can do that with one stamp down. Now this is the bit that's going to be a little bit confusing because I haven't actually put this on here yet. So I'm sort of looking at this sort of way, and I'm going to sort of aim for, I'm sort of thinking I'm going to aim for lining this up. And you sort of, when you're lining these up, you sort of got to pick a stamp that's on the stem. So I'm sort of thinking this one's on a stem, this one's on a stem, this one's on a stem. We could even come down just a fraction or come up a fraction. That one could go on a stem, but I feel like there's got to be something in that bottom bit there. And you will have a little bit of a mess around when you first get this until we work out exactly where it goes. So there's another way that we can do this too, and sometimes this can be helpful, and that is just stamping this down so you get the idea of the image of what it looks like. So we're going to come in with the bubble gum bath, because I know this is one of the questions I get asked a lot is, oh, I find it so hard to line my stamps up. And it is, it's quite, it can be quite hard to line them up. So, you know, you can sort of come down and you can bring that down and you sort of can see. And I'm sort of thinking maybe we need to bring it around a little bit. And it is a tricky one. It is a real tricky one. So I'm just turning it around at the moment until I sort of see where it's got to go one way or the other, because the flowers are going up that way. And I feel like it needs to go up this way. And I'm sort of thinking more of the lines of around here, somewhere like this. That's what I'm sort of thinking. And it is a tricky one. Like I said, it is a tricky one because I'm just going to come down with this for the moment, and I'm just going to bring that one to that one, that one to that one in there. I'm going to come down on it, and we might be a little bit off. Doesn't look too bad with the pink because you can sort of do your pink, and then you can always come in with a darker colour if you want to go back over it. Sort of not too bad. It sort of has lined up a little bit, but probably not as good as I would have liked to have. So I'm going to come back in around it again, and I'm going to have another go. I'm sort of leaning on turning this around a little bit. And I know if I had the dies, I'd probably be able to die cut it out, and it'll make it easier for you to stamp in. But I'm sort of thinking around here. And look, honestly, I don't think it matters if you even stamp down twice on this. I'm sort of coming down, sort of thinking I'm going to bring in some of the ends around here. So we're sort of dotted them into different areas, and it's come up a bit darker where I've stamped over, but we've sort of got some stems coming up. Sort of can see a little couple of stems down there, and when you see the little stems, you can sometimes say, okay, maybe it goes more that way, over that way. So we're going to do a third one in here. So I'm going to line up the little ones this time and see how we go this way this time. And like I said, when you get a nice light colour like the bubble bath, it's just building colour on colour in amongst that, and you're sort of filling up where the stems are. Once you think you've got it where it should go, then you can come down with a darker pink and highlight that all again. So it is a little tricky one. Like I said, it's not one that is an easy one, but we're going to come in with a bit darker. I'm sort of thinking I wouldn't mind going blue, because I think if we go over it with a blue, it'll come in like pink, purple, blue, like the pink and the purple. Pink and the blue make purple. So I'm thinking I'm going to come in with the Balmy blue, and I'm going to come down with that first. And I'm sort of looking at the shapes of the petals. Now let's turn it up this way and see if the petals actually drop down, because I didn't actually try it that way. We can try it this way and see if the petals come down that way. And they could come down that way. So let's have a little look now and see if it all lines up. So we got that one, because that could be the top of the flower. So I'm just sort of want to come in. I'm going to come into this centre here, and that centre there, and that centre there, and that centre over there. So it could come in this way quite easily. So we're going to come in with the blue over the top. Like I said, it doesn't matter if it's not right, because it will come in with that nice effect. I just love the way you can actually stamp this one quite a few times and get different layers and different colours. It's quite lovely. And I could even bring some blue in over, bringing it out more this way as well. So we can come in here and bring in some blue out this way as well. So you get that nice effect of the blue and the pink, which I think is very pretty. It's one that I think you really do want the dies to go through and have a look, but that's fine. I'm quite happy with that. I'm going to come in with the Simply Said and the Happy Birthday. I also like to put a little bit of ground on here as well. So I'm sort of thinking, oh, that's stuck on there. Oh no, this is Let's Celebrate. That's not what I want. I don't want Let's Celebrate. I want the Happy Birthday, which is way down here. Okay, Happy Birthday. Yeah, that's the one we want. Because I think it's a really pretty one. I'm going to just place this down on my mat. It still looks a little bit crooked, but that's all right. We can try it on a scrap piece of paper first, and always try things on a scrap piece of paper if you're not sure. This is our scrap piece of paper, so we're going to come in with the old olive, and we're going to have a go at the Happy Birthday, see if we've got it straight. Let's bring it in this way, up the top there, see if we've got it straight. Not really. It's going uphill a little bit. So we're just going to bring this down. Photopolymer stamps do move. Okay, so you sort of got to, when you place them, you need to place them down on a surface where you know that they're not going to move. So let's line the edge of the block up with the edge of the paper and come down. And you can see that's a lot better. So are we going to put it straight on there, or are we going to add something else on there first? I like to think that we can add a bit of ground on there, and that's where this other stamp set, the Delicate Frost one that we used yesterday, I really love the reverse one in here as well. I've got stamps, images everywhere. Here's my stamp. And I like this one because it's got a peak going up. Can you see how it's got a peak going up? Sort of looks like it can be attached to the bottom of this card, so it looks like it's actually standing or stamping on there like it goes with it. So let's bring this one out. Now you can come in with the same colour, or you can come in with a different colour. I'm going to come in with the old olive, and you can just see that this is just going to come in right down the bottom there, and it sort of works in really well with that. And if you wanted to give it an image, you can come back in on the other side of this, and you can give it a little bit of a second image shadow effect on it as well. So it gives it a nice little effect there. Okay, now we do need to come in with one darker colour flower in there to line up with this, and I'm looking at the boho blue up the top here. I'm sort of thinking, do I want a blue or do I want a reddy colour, or do I want to go a little bit on the pinkish side? I might get one from over here. Let me just see. I might get the Blackberry Bliss. Now, Blackberry Bliss is really a darker one, but those light colours will go really well underneath it. But what we're trying to do is work out the way this goes. And I'm going to take it off, because sometimes this works better for you when you take it off, and you can sort of go, well, that sort of goes on there. You sort of can put that on there, and then you think, no, that's too high. So that can go on there. That one can go on there. That one can go on there. And then you can turn it around a bit if you're not too sure. I just want to make sure that I get it roughly around where I want it. Okay, so now I think this is probably where I'm going to have it. So I've got a stem here, I've got a stem there. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to put my stamp block straight over my stamp, and I'm going to come in with that darker one. That's just going to bring the flowers and the other ones behind, because this one's the darkest one, which is the Blackberry Bliss. So I'm just got to remember where I said I was going to come in. Here. That's it, around here. So that can come in right in. Make sure you press down hard, and that's your front flowers, which is really beautiful. And you've got those other colours, and it doesn't matter if the other light colours are off a little bit, but you can sort of see these connect up with the stems more. Okay, so that brings that out a lot better. Ooh. Okay, if you wanted to bring some just little flowers out as well, in this set you've got some just little petals as well. Okay, so you've got little flowers and petals that you can bring out to the side. If you wanted to bring in a little bit more of the dark purple in different areas, you could do that. And it's got some little, okay, let me pull that off. It's got some little petals here, just little petals if you wanted to use them. And it's got some little leaves as well. So let's just grab a little petal for the moment. Like these are the little flower buds. It's going back in here. And you sort of got these, and you've got two. You sort of got the little flower and the bud, so you can sort of come down here. You can just add a few onto the little stems where maybe they're just not quite hit with the other one. And you can bring that in a little bit and just fill it in a little bit as well. Or you can branch it out a little bit if you wanted to as well. So it's one that you can play with, and you can actually, it doesn't matter which way it really goes. It looks awesome all the way around. It's just a beautiful flower. Okay, so let's bring in a bow now on the front of the flower and the happy birthday. And I'm sort of thinking I'm going to go with the Blackberry Bliss happy birthday. And I'm going to stamp that right at the top of the card. I want to make sure that I've got the ink on all that. Not very often I stamp directly onto my card. I like to usually do it on a banner. Okay, so that's pretty cool. And then we're going to also change the colour of our ribbon to do our bow. We're going to cut some of this off. This is really becoming my go-to. People that know me pretty well know that this is a pretty good go-to colour of ribbon for me. And I'm just going to get the marker because it dries quicker. So this is the Blackberry Bliss, the same as the ink. But I'm going to use the marker because it comes out a little bit, it dries quicker. There you go. That's what I'm trying to say. It dries quicker. And we're going to come in. Oh, yeah, I love that. Look at the beautiful shimmer of that Blackberry Bliss on that silver. That's coming out beautiful. Just turn it around so that you got the other side as well. Where it's silver, you can just change the edging to that Blackberry Bliss. Looks lovely. And I just love that you can make this ribbon any colour you want just by using your markers. I think that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay, just give it a few minutes to dry. You can always just run it through, make sure that it's dry, and then you can come in and you can tie your bow. Now we want a little tiny bow, really, because we want that bow to be little because it's got to go in the bottom there. So you can bring it in. I love this ribbon because you can make it bigger or you can make it smaller. Just going to get these turned around a little bit. Okay, so we're just going to pull that through a little bit because I just want this tiny little bow, but I want it tight. And I want the strings to come down, so I'm going to pull these strings down pretty tight to come down also. Now you can straighten this out a lot more if you want to, but I'm happy with the way that's curling anyhow. So I'm just going to bring it in like this, grab my paper snips and do it on an angle. Okay, before we stick the bow on, let's make sure we've got clean hands. We're going to come in with the mats now. So we're going to need 2 mats, one for the inside and one for the outside, and they're going to be 14 centimetres. And we're going to also cut them off at 10. We've got one for the outside. This is going to go on the outside. It's just going to look absolutely beautiful. And then one for the inside. And then we want the white as well. We need one for the inside as well. So that's going to be 13.5. Always keep these strips because you can use them for writing words on. Turn it around by 9.5, and that's for the inside of the card. Oh, and we forgot to do our card base. We forgot to do the card base. That's okay. The card base, I think we'll just do in white. And it's just going to be 14.5. So just cut it at 14.5. Turn it around and score it at 10.5. That's the normal card. If you've got ink on your fingers, make sure you use your bone folder to give this. Oh. Guess what just went in my coffee? One of my painter pens went into my coffee. Okay, so we're going to pop this on now. We're going to glue it on. I've just got some nice new glue out as well. It's funny when you're running out of everything. So nice glue that's really, really ready to glue down. We also need a little glue dot, which is over there. I can see them. So just place this down. Place this on top of it. Now, if you had the die that went with this, you can. The die is actually has got the little flowers in it also, so you can even raise some flowers up on it. And when I get my die, I'll do another card with this. But I thought, well, I really wanted to do it, and I really loved it, and I thought I really need to use it. We also got some of these beautiful foil gems. Now, these pearl, these are just gorgeous. I just love them. They've got like a touch of foil in them. Also your Winker Stella, you can use your Winker Stella on here as well. Like you can come in and add a little bit of Winker Stella glitter onto your flowers, your bigger flowers if you want to, and just bring that little bit of bling, just a little bit of bling on the Blackberry Bliss ones, not so much the others, but just the Blackberry Bliss. You might need to clean that off a little bit on your paper towel because it will pick up the colour. And if you don't want the colour to be spread too much, well then you want to wipe it off. Then you can bring in some of this bling as well. So you can grab either your pick tool, or if you haven't got a pick tool, you can grab your scissors. And I'm just going to place some around. These are just so gorgeous, these little droplets. I just really do love these little, becoming my little favourites because they're clear. Go around. And you can just put a couple on there. And then I'm just going to grab my mini glue dots. This is a very sweet, quick birthday card. If you need a birthday card in a hurry, two-step stamping is fantastic for that. So we're just going to grab a mini glue dot, and I'm just going to put that mini glue dot right in here. You can see I'll just put my finger on that, and we're going to bring this little bow right to the bottom here, which is absolutely gorgeous. You can always use your bone folder if you want to straighten them out a bit, but I like them curled up a little bit. It doesn't worry me. It might worry some people, but it doesn't worry me. So I'm just going to leave that on there. And then we're just going to put the inside card in as well, like your insert in. So once again, we're going to come in with our Blackberry Bliss. Okay, so that's going in, and then our white to write on or send our message on. It's got some beautiful words on the stamp set, so you could use them if you wanted to. On the inside of the card. Okay, let me bring this up. Okay, how are you? So how gorgeous is this? It's just absolutely gorgeous. And like I said, you don't have to line all the flowers up the same way. You just need to move them around. Do your lighter colours first if you're going to add 2 or 3 colours, and then build up to your dark one on top. So I hope you liked that little technique today. And thank you for watching me, and God bless you. And I will see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Yes, I'll see you tomorrow. God bless you. Bye for now.